We went from 90 billion about 3 years ago. We spent $1.1 trillion last year. And we don't have a hotel, we don't have a hospital, we don't have a library, we don't have nothing. And this should not be, being that we were the basics of all life within the planet, let alone its cultures that I read earlier. So I believe that if we can come back to that common factor of community, I believe that will help remedy a lot of our problems. I know if something was wrong in my time, and I'm probably the second oldest or third, or definitely not. But I remember if Miss Harris saw me doing something down the street, not only did she get me, or my wife, I've been knowing her for 30 years, I know with Miss Fisher, she saw me, she'll call my mother in a minute. And baby, I get around the corner, I'm in trouble in both places. So, but until we get that community back again, I even pushing on my children, my daughter just walked in, I'm pushing on her and her husband to do the same thing. So I think that when we become back a family, and when you bring the man back into the family, you bring the community back into its natural understanding, then we can thrive as a culture, as a people, and as a nation. Not a crayon color, not black, not some, byword or proverb, African American, but a nation of people that we once were that offered the world its greatness. With that, I'll give it over to Ms. DeSantis Phillips, who will probably point out some of these things that brought us to this demise.
First of all, the reasons I've come up with are desegregation, violence, poverty, and also the government had a lot to do with a lot of the demise of the black communities. First of all, when desegregation came about, all of a sudden we didn't need a lot of things we had. We didn't need the separate but equal part because, we were no longer separate. And it became like a novelty to go and use the white people, go back from the white people because we never were able to in the past. And also same thing working the white people jobs because there's only so many jobs we had. And all of a sudden we could live where we wanted to live. So if we thought we were better or so than our neighbors, we could afford to live in a bigger house, and they allowed us to do it. Before, they did certain laws and covenants and stuff that would not allow you to move in certain neighborhoods. They tried to establish a law once here in the city of St. Louis that you could not move onto a block or area if there was more than 75% of the people were of a different race. So it's like even a white person trying to move in a black neighborhood, if it was 75% of the people were black, they couldn't move there, and vice versa.